only thing that matters now is what I'm going to do in the future, and I guess the only thing that really matters now is what I'm doing today and in the present. So I just try to stay focused on the present and stay focused on what me and my guys are doing right now to get better as a whole receiver room. So I think we have a whole bunch of talent in the receiver room as a whole, and I think we're ready to show that when the time comes, but right now we just have to stay focused on developing that talent that we have.
My last question, so I can give these guys a chance. So, going to all these new places, do you feel like you're going to miss the atmosphere that was of Oregon, of Washington, and all of them, now that they're no longer on the schedule with you guys, but at the same time being excited of going to the atmosphere of, let's say, Death Valley, Carter Finley Stadium, the Knolls down in Florida State, Tallahassee?
Yeah, I actually never got to play against Oregon or Washington at their stadiums because I tore my ACL my freshman year.
Right.
So I really just stayed my whole freshman year at the house, really just watching from TV. And so I don't really ever know what that would be like unless we play them later on in the season, of course. But yeah, anytime we get to play in a just packed, filled, hostile environment, I mean, I love that. Like, that's what you live to playing as a football player, and so I'm really excited to see how they do it down here in the South. You know, down here it's almost like religion and then football, right?
Yes.
And so I'm excited to just experience that. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome, thank you.
Talk about one of those matchups, just to jump off his Death Valley point. Just what excites you about that matchup with Clemson? Coming to Clemson in late September, and just what is your initial impression of them? Have you watched any of their games recently? Just what's your impression of the Tigers?
Yeah, obviously they're historically a great football program, and so anytime you get the opportunity to encounter a program like that, it's a privilege, and it's always a privilege to play the game of football in general. And yeah, like they're an uber talented team, and I think I've said this multiple times, that's what you want. You want to play against the best of the best talent. And so I'm excited just to be able to play against those guys and to see how I stack up and see what the competition is like. I love competing. Like, you don't ever want anything to be easy, and so when you get the opportunity to get a hard challenge, like, that's what I live for and thrive for.
We talked to Tristan earlier about just the initial news of a team that's on the West Coast now moving to the ACC. We called it a little bizarre but exciting. Just what were your initial feelings when the news came to you guys, and what do you look forward to about just sort of the new schedule and the new matchups?
Yeah, my initial feelings, I don't know if I really had any. I don't think I felt any sort of type of way. I guess the only difference is that we're going to be traveling a little bit farther and playing some new teams. But other than that, at the end of the day, it's just football. And so I'm equally as excited to play football, the game that I love, every single week.
You're not a little disappointed that Colorado's not on the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you love to play great teams, and the media market around them is obviously like the best in college football right now. So when you get the opportunity to play in front of millions of people like that, or in the center of media, it's always fun. But yeah, it's just football at the end of the day. I'm not really here for the media or anything like that. I'm just ready to play football every time. And I guess the perk when you play them is you're gonna play against like some of the best players in the country, and that's what I was really excited about, to get to play against those guys. And so if we ever get the opportunity to play them again, I'm gonna be happy because they have really good players. And so anytime we get to play good players, I'm just waiting in my bed to get out there and compete.